Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. It is Wednesday evening and we have gymmed, eaten, and we're just getting packed ready for round 2 of Italian GT Sprint. So, come have a look what is inside my case for a typical race weekend. So, inside the red Momo bag is my race suit, which is last year's suit, and this weekend I should be getting this season's OMP race suit. Also in there is my fireproof underwear, which is just basically like thermals, fireproof socks and my gloves. We have the hands device which connects to the helmet, sits on the shoulders underneath the seat belts, just safety in case of a crash. Meant to help. Never had to really rely on it. Well, actually probably have. Anyway, it's meant to be help in case of a heavy crash. Got the radio cable and the little silver case is my headphones, so that allows me to talk and listen to the race engineer. Got my race boots, obviously belt for jeans and shorts, plastic cutlery because we have our breakfast which we are taking, but also long story short, we had some food left over, so we basically knocked up a lunch for tomorrow on the travel day. So we're going to take our fish cakes and rice with some veg through the airport and have it in Italy. So then we don't have to buy lunch tomorrow, so we've got our own food. We've got obviously the plug adapters, my water bottle so I can drink when I'm in the car, you know, on the grid. It's meant to be quite hot this weekend. Got some protein bars, just again help with some recovery. And the days are very long, so in case we just need a snack. Got 3 energy gels, so same as I use on the bike, just pop one kind of 10-15 minutes before quali and the races, same as kind of any sort of sporting endeavour, you know, just so you have a kind of a load of sugar and carbs in the system ready to go. And then on the other side, just got my jeans, shorts, underwear, team polos, rain jacket, and buried under the rain jacket is a set of running stuff because last year and this year, the first round, we were just going for a run in the morning, just 2-3k just to stretch out. I find it kind of helps me mentally, physically, just kind of wake up, switch on for the day. And then as carry-on luggage, I have my helmet bag, which I just have my wallet, passport, charging adapter, sorry, they're in the case, power banks and a couple of leads, one USB-A, one USB-C, because you never know what rental car you're going to get. And that is how well travelled I am. I know that you have to take several leads because you just never know what you're going to get. So we are going to be getting to bed hopefully fairly soon. I mean, I need a haircut and we've got quite a bit to do. And then we'll be up at 3:30, bright and early, crack of dawn, ready to head over to my parents' house to then get a lift to Gatwick and get on our way. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, see you in the morning and on the way to Italy. Hello everyone, room tour is pending. We've just had a couple of hours nap because we managed to check into our room just before 12, and it's been a long, early start, long day, so we're just going to tuck into our lunch that we brought all the way from the south of England, and then we'll do a room tour. Then we're probably going to go out for a little walk, stretch the legs and go to the shop and get our bits for breakfast.
So, as promised, a quick room tour. Excuse the bed. We have, as Jack said, had a nap. It's just my jumper on the bed there. So, as you walk in the door, literally got the bed, nice headboard, mirror to the right with a couple of hooks, window, got Jack. You've got like a little, like, dressing table area, I guess, with a kettle, fridge. So we've got our porridge. Jack's got his protein bars.
You've got some as well?
I got mine, yeah, but they're in my case down there. You've got a wardrobe if you fancied, obviously, unpacking, but we don't. And then you've literally got the toilet just here. So shower, all of our stuff out on the sink. That is that. And we are just about to head out to the shop to get our bananas, dark chocolate, maybe some blueberries, that kind of thing for our breakfast. And see if they've got any hot chocolate powder and cappuccino sachets, because sadly we forgot them again. So try again next time. Anything to add, dear?
No, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Just gonna try and...
We might go for a walk as well before the track walk, because we've done a lot of sitting, sleeping and not really doing much.
Yeah, I think a supermarket trip and then a walk of some sort of activity.
Yeah, cool. So back from the shop now, and we just thought we'd show you what we picked up. So Jack got his ginger shots, but this one I think has got a mixture of stuff this time, hasn't it?
Yeah, just the closest thing I can get to making my own.
It's not going to load.
Probably
melon, carrot, ginger and lemon, is it?
Yeah, probably going to be full of sugar and additives, but it's the best I can do, so don't at me.
Milk for our drinks. I just got this. I'm hoping that is tropical juice because I had that the last round and it was nice. Cappuccino sachet, some chocolate powder stuff, water, blueberries and chocolate for our porridge. Jack's going to have this in a bit. It's just a Greek yogurt. Got some apples this time just to trial as an additional snack throughout the day, and then some bananas as well. I'm not sure if we have or haven't shown this, but those of you following along on the suitcase saga, these are Jack's new suitcase wheels. So I literally just got them from Amazon. So far so good. Yeah, lovely little pimped out suitcase.
Yeah, I thought the setup we developed together and you qualified.
Hello everyone. Excuse how I look. It's been a long day. It always seems like it's extra long at Italian GT. I don't know why. Well, we know why, because the hospitality for dinner opens at 8 in the evening, which, being British, is very late. I mean, admittedly, we eat quite late at home, but we've normally got a plan and it's cooking and we've done everything. Like, I feel like here you eat and then you've got to get home, back to the hotel and have a wash, and by the time you actually do all that, it ends up just being really long. Anyway, less about moaning about the timing and being British and just moaning in general, because that's what we do. We're British, we moan all the time. So, testing. FP1, we ended the session P2. We started on some fairly fresh tyres, not new, but fairly fresh, and I think Philip put in quite a good time early on. I jumped in the second part of the session. We had a couple of full course yellows and a couple of red flags, which kind of hindered my progress a bit, but after analysing through all the data, it was quite positive. Couple of little things just to try and adjust, just a few bits on the brakes more than anything, but overall the driving traits and all the sort of lines and everything was positive and where we needed to be, and we had a discussion of what we were going to change for FP2, but of course that would be too easy. The rain rolled in, absolutely lashed it down not long before our session, and then stopped, and then again rained. So I started and it was absolutely torrential, aquaplaning, you know, rivers across the track, absolute nightmare. Came in, sun came out, started drying. Just as Philip was coming in, it was, you know, drying, and I was back in the car. And realistically, we probably could have taken the gamble and gone to slicks then or after a few laps, but again, there wasn't that long of the session left. 50 minutes is not a very long session when you're sharing the car and you're trying to make changes in between. So yeah, basically it was going okay. The track was evolving every lap, but we'd made some more changes for the kind of wetter conditions, so the car wasn't ideal. And then a few of the other teams came in and bolted slicks on, I think, a couple of laps from the end. So then suddenly we were like, I think we ended up 11th. You know, about 4 seconds off the pace because we stayed on wets and didn't go to slicks. So, but all in all, it's gathered some good data. Yeah, so to summarise, different conditions in both sessions, pretty much where we need to be in the dry. The wet was okay, the session was evolving, we were kind of, you know, up the leaderboard, then we dropped back a bit, then come back up, you know, kind of yo-yoing up and down as people were doing different things and the weather was changing. So I think all in all, we're where we need to be competitive in the front kind of 4 or 5. But tomorrow's qualifying in race 1, so let's see where we are when the serious stuff starts.
Good morning, everybody. It is now Saturday morning. We didn't provide this little update yesterday, but we've just been out for a run. Just over 3k for me, which was just
305.
Yesterday we only managed, like, I think it was like 2.65 maybe, because we went out a different route and it was extremely hilly.
And gravel.
And gravel, and it basically went from 0 to 100 real quick, and I couldn't cope. And it was quite hot yesterday. It's going to be warmer today, but because it is 6:45, it's still quite fresh out there, which is quite nice. We were just saying that there's nothing better than getting out before it gets too hot.
Getting some work done first thing in the morning. That's another thing. I know I feel like I've always gone about cycling, but it's what I like about my group ride on a Sunday, especially if I choose to do a little bit before, is I'm out the door at 7:10 on a Sunday morning. The roads are quiet and it's just so nice having that bit of time to yourself. So anyone out there, even if you're not interested in fitness, exercise, just get out for a walk in the morning. I guarantee you get out for a 15-20 minute walk in the morning, you'll feel like a new person after a few days.
Yeah, and you just wake up a little bit. So yeah, we're just, Jack's just doing our porridge now, and then we're gonna leave about 7:30 to be there for 8. And I don't know if Jack said yesterday, but it's really, really difficult to film here. I got a couple of clips yesterday from the edge of a balcony, but apart from that, I don't know where to watch from. So there's not gonna be much racing footage, I don't think.
We'll see what we can do and try and
yeah, it's just nicer for the races. I tend to watch in the garage anyway because you can see more, you can check times and stuff like that, and obviously position, whereas when you're kind of watching it live, it's quite hard to keep a track on where people are. And you know, I like to know if Jack's going to be catching the person in front of him, is he quicker than them, etc, etc. So I tend to watch in the garage anyway because they've got all the screens. But yeah, maybe we'll see if we can find somewhere. I doubt it though, but yeah, Jack can provide you with his updates along the way, qualifying this morning and then race 1 this afternoon. So let's see how Jack gets on.
Okay, so post-qualifying post-lunch update, more importantly, but post-qualifying update, filming on the phone, so sorry if the quality's a little bit rubbish. Pretty much went as well as we could have hoped for. We have a double pole position, so starting both races from pole. Philip qualified pole in the first session by, I think, 3 or 4 attempts, and then I also qualified pole by 3 attempts in session 2. Still felt like there was some margin in the car to go faster, which is great. It was quite tricky to drive, had a near miss with a little bit of gravel flicked up at one point. There was a full course yellow in the session as well, so we got quite lucky with timing. But yeah, over the moon, really happy with that. Couldn't be a better start to the weekend for us. We now just need to do the business, put together a solid race 1, do what we can, try and bag maximum points, And then obviously tomorrow's race we'll have if it goes well, we'll have the pit penalty, the success penalty. But let's just worry about race 1 for now at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Had a nice bit of lunch, just out for a walk with the boss. Sun shining, little breeze, beautiful. So yeah, really happy, and on to the race later on today.
Al terzo posto la squadra Tresor Audi Sport Italia con Leonardo Moncini e Andrea Colo. Un grande applauso ai protagonisti della scuderia di Imola, un bel applauso ai portacolori della casa di Ingolstadt. Poi al secondo posto per il team, un team tutto romagnolo, un po' anglo-romagnolo, VSR Racing, ovvero Lamborghini con Mattia Michelotto e il belga Gilles Stasbader. Un grande applauso a questi ragazzi che hanno difeso il blasone del team VSR di Vincenzo Sospiri e della sua equipe. E ora la vittoria che è tutta per la casa di Sant'Agata Bolognese, successo per Lamborghini, per il team Imperiale Sport Car Service direttamente con il pilota americano Philip Davis e Jack Bartolomeo. Ovviamente un esponente del team Imperiale deve raggiungere il podio, per cui abbiamo un esponente della scuderia. Cominciamo a consegnare i trofei. Cominciamo con il terzo posto, team Tresor Audi Sport Italia, Andrea Cola, Leonardo Moncini con la loro R8 LMS. Un bel applauso. Trofeo d'argento per il team VSR Lamborghini con Mattia Michelotto e il belga Gilles Stasbader. L'oro, la vittoria per l'americano Philip Davis, il britannico Jack Bartholomew e soprattutto per il team Imperiale Sport Car Service. E ora pronti con l'inno di Mameli. Alla terza posizione, i colori sono quelli di Ferrari del team AF Corse, l'equipaggio è tutto finlandese. Vi vogliamo sentire per Costa Lapalainen e Luca Nurmi che guadagnano il bronzo in questa grande gara, eccoli qua i ragazzi di F Corsa dell'equipa piacentina con Ferrari 296 GT3 e ora l'argento, signori, li abbiamo raccontati in gara con la BMW M4 della scuderia BMW Ceccato Racing, il campione italiano in carica il tedesco Jens Klickmann e il campione del mondo di Formula E il britannico Jake Dennis. E a questo punto parlavamo della storia, della tradizione del team che conquista la vittoria con la Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo 2, è il team imperiale Sport Car Service con il britannico Jack Bartholomew e l'americano Philip Dixon. È il momento di accogliere il team imperiale Sport Car Service al podio. Complimenti, una bionda rappresentante dell'equipe di gara ed è pronto ovviamente il nostro giocatore con il trofeo che aspetta Luca Normi e a Costa Line nel terzo posto, il bronzo per l'equipe di F Corse Ferrari, l'argento per il tedesco Klickmann, il britannico Dennis e quindi per il team BMW Ceccato Racing. E ora la vittoria che è tutta per Jack Bartholomew, Philip Danes, ovvero together really close, please. Looking downstairs first of all, looking down.
Fate la doccia!
Hello everyone. So it is now Sunday evening. Have arrived at the, I say new hotel, the regular hotel stop, a bit nearer to the airport.
The sauna.
The sauna, no, the aircon's actually working. So if you watched the last video, you'll know that the aircon wasn't working. We got a fan. Corinne started prodding it in the socket. No, so Corinne started prodding this bloody plug-in fan in all the different sockets and she tripped the power in the room, which is a first for me. Anyway, the aircon is now working in this new room. So there will be a couple of clips in the video of 2 podium visits this weekend, but kind of a weekend of 2 halves. So what?
I like that analogy.
Yeah, it is, because we started the weekend, you know, I think overall the testing was fine. We knew we were roughly where we needed to be. Bit of wet and dry running. And then we had the perfect start to Saturday morning. We had double pole, which you can't ask for more than that. We were on pole by not just a little bit either, we were on pole by about 3 tenths in both sessions. So pretty over the moon with that we both managed to pull the 1 lap pace out the bag. Then came the race. Race 1 was absolutely faultless. Philip had a great start, drove away, pulled about 5-6 seconds, and then we had a bit of a shaky pit stop, but then I believe I extended the gap to about 8.5 seconds, and that was going out yet further. And we did, the race was red flagged, and we did win the race, so we crossed the line first, won the race, lovely. But first mishap of the weekend, Philip pulled away from the pre-grid. So basically all the cars line up on the grid before the race, you have the formation lap and then you start. He pulled away 1, maybe 2 seconds before the green flag officially went, crept away. We got a 10-second penalty for that, which is absolutely unbelievable because you get no gain at all from that. But anyway, the rules are the rules. We took it on the chin. We did all the podium and everything, but we knew we were going to be demoted to second. So anyway, still thinking we had second was respectable. Anyway, we were then having a drink later on in the evening. We then find out we got excluded from the results altogether due to the car being underweight by 2 kilos, when after qualifying we were 4 kilos over the minimum weight limit for the Lamborghini. So nothing changed all day, and then the car was suddenly 6 kilos different. So we're not quite sure what went on there. Don't want to start getting too political or start throwing rumours or things about, but
you can join the dots up yourself.
You can join the dots up. We are in cars and teams that are not supported by the factory officially. There are cars on this grid that are factory supported. There are other people that dislike us and the fact we've turned up this year and we're so fast, considering we've done no previous racing together, no pre-season running, whatever. We're not going to get into that. Let's just leave it there with the rumours and whatever. I'll let you work it out or message me, whatever, if you're that interested. But yeah, don't want to start slandering people, but there's some stuff going around that's not ideal. Anyway, we were excluded from the results, so scored 0 points when we won and got fastest lap. So turned up today. Luckily it didn't affect our qualifying, so we started, obviously pole today I started and had a great start initially, but at turn 3, the third part of the Tamburello chicane, I clipped the biggest part of the curb, and with the low tyre pressures, because obviously you sit on the grid before the race, I had a big snap of oversteer and I actually thought I was going to crash, so managed to save it, but a little trip through the gravel on the outside meant we dropped to third. Again, due to the low tyre pressures, I was actually getting a warning on the car, so I thought I had a slow puncture and the steering felt a bit off for the first lap. I had another small trip through the gravel at the top chicane, the very anti-alta chicane, so lost another, so I dropped back to 5th. Anyway, I gathered my thoughts, got into a rhythm, and once the pressures came back up and I settled into a rhythm, we were fastest car on track, started to close the gap to the cars in front, all was good. We stopped early, good pit stop, strategy went perfectly, Philip came out, it started raining, we somehow managed to close the gap even more, I think, through stopping early, avoiding any traffic. He managed to somehow, obviously some of the cars you have the success penalty from the race before, which was obviously helpful for us. We didn't have our penalty from the day before due to being excluded. So we then basically came out the pits in third, and Philip had a really good outlap and managed to actually make a pass into the lead. It then started to rain a little bit. There was then a crash, so the race was safety car'd. Some of the other teams stopped for wets. We opted to stay out on slicks. And then it went green, I think 3 or 4 laps to go. It was still a bit damp in places, but was overall dry. We made the right decision, and Philip brought it home in first again. So obviously really happy. It may seem like I'm not happy, but it's just after what happened in Misano with the race 2, which was obviously nothing's guaranteed in motorsport, but a pretty certain win with the pace of the car and everything, and then to lose the win yesterday, it just really takes the shine off the win today. Obviously I'm disappointed with my couple of mistakes on the first lap. The pace was really good after that, but just I'm disappointed in myself that I made those mistakes, although it could have been way worse. Anyway, it's just kind of taken the shine off the win, having these various issues and problems and whatever else. You know, I think we're probably going to be doing okay in the points, but it's just made the championship a really tough uphill battle to try and fight for any sort of overall success. Obviously we're only halfway through the season, we've still got 2 weekends left, and there's lots of opportunities and a lot can happen, but it's just been a really tough start to the year. Although we've been really fast and had lots of opportunities to have success, it's just quite difficult to take all these things that are happening. So I think I'm quite pleased I've got a couple of months just to try and process all this, get my head back in the game, and go again in Mugello in a couple of months. But yeah, to summarise, really happy, double pole, double win on track, and the pace is really good. Team overall, you know, working really well together, and really pleased to finish the weekend on a high after what, you know, was quite a demoralising and upsetting Saturday evening. So, anything to add, boss?
No, I don't think so. Just, yeah, some people are just losers.
As with any sport and any walk of life, when you start becoming too successful, obviously other competitors, other teams start to ask questions, because unfortunately we live in a world now where if you are performing well, it's just
perfect.
No, if you are performing well, you're just assumed to be cheating, whether that's motorsport, football, running.
Probably.
Idiot. You know, whatever field you're in, if you are successful, you're deemed to be doing something underhand, which is just, it's just a sad way to be. But
Bitter's the taste in the mouth, I think is the same.
yes,
Is it?
something like that. Anyway, we're going to keep pushing. We're not going to let it get to us. We're going to go grab some food now at the Golden Arches, just because that's our little Sunday night tradition.
All pasted out.
Yeah, all kind of Italianed out after a couple of days. We're debating getting a pizza, but I think we're just going to go for McDonald's because it's next door and easy.
We had quite a late one last night as well, so
yeah, so early night, and then back to it. Get home, get unpacked, washed, shopped, all that sort of stuff, and then back to the grind on Tuesday. But yeah, to summarise, good weekend, positive weekend. On to the next one. See you guys in the next video. Thank you. Hopefully Mugello will be smooth sailing.
famous last words, touch wood.
Yeah, there is some wood in the room. So yeah, see you guys in the next video, which will probably be non-motorsport based, and see you in Mugello for round 3 of Italian GT in a couple of months. Bye.